Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from an undisclosed location at this particular time, it would appear as some things have not gone as according to plan as would be as assessed. I'm pretty sure that a lot of folks think that the Democrats winning the House in this particular instance may help Mr. Trump do his job. Some things that have not been foreseen, but this is history basically repeating itself. I implore you, look at your history, learn it. Some of these things have already come to pass, and when they did, there were not the desired results, but those which were the undesired, what they would call the lesser of two evils was not what had been aimed for in the beginning. And the problem was that they lost focus. Now this happened in previous administrations, just as recently as the last 30 years, but we could still go back further. Now remember, folks, this has happened before, when the House and the Senate were split. And the Democrats, because of their ways about things, they won't allow certain things to pass without their say-so. So they have to have it right. Unfortunately, this leads to a problem. And that problem is that when you're in a democratic mindset, a socialist mindset, and you don't get your way, the basic methodology, the number one method that they utilize politically is to stonewall, to keep things from happening until everything shuts down. Now this has already happened too many times. We've all watched it happen before our very eyes. These things have gotten out of hand and out of control before. We've seen what happens. Folks, you knew what you signed up for. Now I have to ask you, are you ready for your decisions to have affected millions of people? Remember, even if you didn't vote, these decisions would have been made. They would have just been more transparent. Because you wouldn't have made a vote, you wouldn't have decided either or. And so you would be able to be certain that a sway could not have gone that way. So, when you're ready, you'll find some things are true. Like the fact that your vote means piddly dipstickles. It doesn't mean a shit bit. If you stop voting, if one person stops voting for the next 20 years, it wouldn't make a fucking water drop of difference. And the reason why is because of the fervor that's caught up within those parties. They utilize that fervor in order to get their political agendas done. And their political agendas are not savory. They are not for you. They are not meant for the people. They are meant for taking for themselves, making profits and making schemes, taking lives. And they do it in your name. They take lives in your name. And because you voted for them, they feel entitled to it. The only way that something like this can be averted is with the political outcry, the public outcry. And the only thing that can make that happen is you. At some point in time, you are going to have to stand at the front line. You are going to have to be the person who stands up and says, this is wrong. Remember, only you can make that decision. You are the only one who can affect your own survival. You are the only one who can affect your own destiny. Make sure that you affected. Don't let others do it for you. They'll tear your heart, your world, your mind, and everything around you apart. You'll think you've lost your mind. It's been manipulated. It's been torn apart, but you haven't lost it. It's still there. And if you fix it, you can have what you need. The mental fortitude to know when things are about to go to bad or go to real shit. And guess what? It's coming. This blue wave is not blue. It is steeped in crimson. In Verdugo red. True blood. And there will be bloodshed from it. You cannot expect for this to go well. Mark my words. This is not going to end pretty. I know that this is what everybody thinks is right, and I extol you all, and I salute you, and I hope the best. But there's a reason why I did not end up going to the polls tonight. I see a problem. And I know what that problem is. I see the pattern. Look at the elections. Look for the pattern. And you'll know it's all just a fucking system. Like Plinko, but more refined. My dad, God rest his soul, a couple years back he equated it to being Plinko with pinball flappers. I think he's right. Just a little bit of a nudge here or there, but not much of a difference. You watch that pattern as it continues to go throughout the history. And it's the same one every time. If there's a Republican president, the Democrats own the House, or the Senate, or both. If it's a Republican president, that's how it happens. If it's a Democratic president, the reverse happens. But the Republicans don't try to stonewall as much as they try to get decisions done. But they make poor decisions. Their decision makers are broken. And they've relied too long on the independents to make up their minds for the Republicans. We need the Republicans to listen. Unfortunately, I don't think that will happen. My face is not haggard for no reason. There are not lines in my face for no reason. My beard is not long for no reason. It's because I felt this kind of icy death grip coming from a long time ago. It's the Clintons all over again, and everybody just doesn't see it. That's okay though, because I'm going to let y'all stew in it. And I hope the best for you. And when you're ready, I will be there. It may take you 70, 80 years. It may take you 10 years. But you're going to figure it out. All of you. So ladies and gentlemen, I wish the best for you. Get your skills right. Make sure that your situational awareness is top notch. Learn woodscraft. Learn hunting. Learn fishing. Learn your outdoorsmanship. Get yourself prepared of mind, of body, of ability, and then arm yourself with the proper tools to effect your survival. Because in this next coming, this next time that is ahead of us, between now and the next election season, is going to be trying times. You guys don't know it yet, and I understand that, and it's really, I feel for you. This is coming from years of analysis. I spent decades on this. This is something I haven't even told my close friends or even family. The reality is, the pattern is there. And that pattern is dictated in order to keep the human mind off of the actual reality of what's going on. They're leading you by the bull ring. You have the ability to make it stop. But it takes a united nation in that matter. And unfortunately, I know a lot of folks are not going to like this, and they're not going to be happy about it. But the truth is, the people are the only deterrent to a tyrannical government. The people being so armed. All you special forces gentlemen know exactly what I'm talking about. All you gentlemen in the United States Marine Corps, United States Navy, U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Army, U.S. National Guard, and the U.S. Militia. You all know what I'm talking about. But for all the rest of you, learn your history, do what's necessary, get yourself prepared, because it's all you've got. As a gentleman here on YouTube actually often says, the lessons of our forebears are written on the gravestones of our forefathers. And we must learn them. I know that's not him, I'm paraphrasing, understand that. But understand that the lessons to be learned are written in blood. And only those who have lost someone who they know to military service, militia service, what have you, only those know exactly what the price really is. Those of us who have stood in action, those of us who have seen pain, watched our friends die in our arms, we know. The difference is, do you? Do you understand that there are those who have stood there on the line and held the line when no one else would? And these were everyday, average, ordinary citizens, just knew that this was something that had to be done. Do you know the pain? If that's the case, reach out to your neighbors. Go to your community. Make sure that they are mentally aware of the situation and that it can be rectified if we all band together and we all have each other's backs and we all care about each other enough and know that as communities, as friends, if we stand together, nothing can rend us asunder. Let Normandy stand as a testament to that. Those gentlemen may they rest in peace, for they fought on foreign soil. To those who have gone before us, by we who must follow. Hurrah, brothers. Hurrah. Hurrah. American patriots, forever freedom. Commodore Price out. Best of luck to you and Godspeed, Patriots.